Man, big time effort by the guys. You know, just proud of them. You know, we did a really good job on Raynaud, like, you know, to hold him to 8-6. You know, to be locked in on the game plan. We double teamed him a lot. You know, we didn't want to make him feel comfortable at all. You know, like I told the guys, for me, it's, you know, a lot of things that I do in the way I coach, no different than coaching my team. From a player's perspective, I never think as a coach, but I think that everything is about matchups and everything is about knowing who you coaching against. And, you know, I coached against Kyle in the WCC, you know, at San Francisco, and he's a really good coach. But the things that they do is based on rhythm, timing, you know, wanting to play free and easy. So, you know, the last couple of days, the only thing I had been preaching was physicality. And I wanted the game to be physical. I wanted to hit. And we did that, especially in the first half. And our guys responded. And I just see a different energy from the group. You know, everybody that played contributed. Happy for Sutton. You know, Sutton played more minutes in one game he played all season. You know, and, you know, he didn't look that tired. He had his moments where he might have looked like a freshman, but overall I thought he did a really good job. You know, it was good to have Jaden back. You know, those 20 minutes were big. He had a really good first half, especially scoring those 7 points. Was happy for him. And I, you know, a big shout out to Soiree. You know, Soiree, you know, a lot of things that he does go unnoticed, but you know, he led the way defensively against Raynaud. He took the challenge. You know, we helped him, but he took the challenge. It's not easy, you know, to come out each and every game and know you really probably not gonna get the ball unless it's a layup or dunk, but to still come out and have pride and do the things he did. Such a big time person, you know, Soiree. And then I thought that, you know, for me, it's never about the shot attempts. It's about being active. It's about the rebounding. And man, he looked good tonight. He really did some beautiful things out there. He had 7 offensive rebounds. That's what we used to. And then those blocks that he had at the end of the game, like those were really, really, really huge. And, you know, we come to get accustomed to that. And then Nate, you know, another 40-minute game, but he played really well. He controlled the game. I thought he got a little fatigued at the end, but, I mean, I get it. But, you know, he really did a good job scoring the ball. He rebounded. You know, he got us organized. And, you know, just it was a collective effort. I thought everybody that played helped us. And it just goes to, you know, what I've been saying about this group of guys. They've been fighting hard, and you know, we starting to get a little more payback.
I thought one of the maybe more unnoticed things tonight was the free throw shooting was very good. Bounced back from some games where you guys have struggled at times and given away some opportunities there. What are you seeing from them at the line? Is it just getting more comfortable, or a focus thing, or what?
Well, now that everybody got all this NIL money and all this stuff running around, I told them bring a little bread to practice, and we have a shooting game. I'm messing with you guys. No, they not for real though. They're locked in. They've been locked in, and I just seen a different team. I've seen different individuals, and we're at home, and I think that you know, they wanted to have a really good showing today, and we talked about how free throws killed us at times this season. But 17-19, we attacked the bucket, and did a great job. And, you know, guys went up there and took their time and knocked down shots. And, you know, it's you know, Sut even went up there and, you know, he had 2 big free throws, man, you know, to keep distance in the game. And, you know, that when you look at the stat sheet, that was the difference, you know, our free throw shooting. We did a great job defensively, but we guarded them without fouling. They didn't do the same, and that's where I thought we won the game.
At times during the season, being able to stop runs by your opponent has been an issue, but tonight it seemed every time that they were ready to go on a run, Nate was there. And, he hit a lot of big shots tonight to stop those runs.
We played with a lead, wire to wire. I think we've done everything now. We're playing hard. We're playing consistent. I think the growth of this team now is learning how to win. It's funny because, and I never say this. I don't talk about this a whole lot, but there's a lot of parallels to like this group and their growth from like when I was in college. When I was a sophomore in college, it was like our football and basketball team were both coming. They were just going like this, right? And then by the time we got to senior year, we were both ranked preseason number 1 country at Arizona. You know what I mean? And so my point is that I think that the bumps that some of these guys have taken, just like, again, parallel, just thinking about watching, I love watching our football team, but just the bumps that these guys have taken, I think that they feel that, and I think that they tired of it a bit. And so I think they're locked in a little more. They want to have the success that they're having. I don't think they want to give those type of games no more. That game against Notre Dame at Notre Dame, I said it to them after the game tonight, that hurt them. And that was the first time I seen our guys hurt, like each guy hurt, and I did media. I went back to the locker room. They were already on the bus ready to go, so I seen that growth, and this, it has to be continuous. They're talking about things now. They're talking about game plans. Coach, can we do this? Can we do that? Do we see this? And that's the sign of of guys maturing, and they're locked into what we're doing.
Did you happen to see Bobby Cremins here tonight? Did you get a chance to talk to Coach Cremins?
Yeah, I talked to Coach Cremins. I talked to him. I talked to him a little on the phone anyway. Yeah, but he was here early, and got a chance to talk and visit with him. And Coach Cremins is a good guy. He just talks about keep plugging, and I wasn't very good my first couple years, so you got to stick with it. You got to keep fighting. You have to just grow, and so it's always encouraging to get to talk with him, and I've known Coach Cremins for a minute. We used to go on Nike trips together, and him and Coach Olsen were really good friends. And they were literally the only 2 coaches that would be on the trip all the time. And that bond started when Coach Olsen was the head coach of the World Games and Coach Cremins was assistant. And so he's a good man, and always good to get words of wisdom from somebody like himself.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about Duncan. I felt like his impact offensively in the first half, and then throughout the game, his defense was incredible. I mean, we talked about Soiree. He did a fantastic job defending as well, but Duncan maxed up against Maxime as well.
Yep.
What is the impact of having a player like Duncan on the team this year been?
It's been huge. I've been saying to anybody and everybody that I feel like Duncan is on both ends of the floor. He's been really good for us. The biggest compliment, and I told him this after the game, the biggest compliment that you can give a player is you don't call his name a lot during the game. And Duncan seems to always be in the right place defensively. He can guard. He guarded everybody from Blake's, to Sellers to, he guarded a little bit of everybody. So I'm proud of him, because when I think back to, earlier in the season, he was trying to figure it out. He never pouted. He just got to working. And he didn't even shoot the ball well tonight. And I think the thing that goes unsaid, there's 2 people on our team, and I don't even know if anybody has even looked. There's 2 people on our team that I think have played the whole game consecutively 2 or 3 times in a row, and it's been Duncan and Nate. Like, I trust Duncan because you can size up. You can size down with him. He started at the 3. You could take Soiree a buyout. Then he can slide to the 4. They can go, you don't have a lot of versatility like that. So when teams go small, we don't have a fall off. And so that's been big and huge for him. But he's done a great job. I'm glad he's here. He's changed a lot around here now.
Anything else for Coach? Rod?
Going back to Jaden, it just appeared that he was, out there tired of having to sit around and watch and not play himself, and he went out there with that energy tonight. What do you see from his minutes moving forward? I mean, as far as were you satisfied with his conditioning and that type of thing?
It's not about any of that for me with him. It's more so managing him so you don't overuse him. And so I didn't even want to play him as many minutes as I did. And I didn't want him to be out there for long intervals of the game. I wanted to get him in there in spurts, and he did a good job. He seemed to be fine when he got that dunk. So that he didn't lose the bounce. But we'll see how that goes. I don't want to beat him down. I don't want to just overdo it and he's out there. I just want, he can gradually work his way back into it. Just hoping that we can get healthy bodies. That's the biggest thing right now is just you're managing. And, I try to be honest with our guys. It's like it's different for college players because there's not a lot of practice time. So you got to lock in mentally. So it's a lot of film, it's a lot of walkthroughs, it's a lot of different things because you just don't have the court time because you got to save legs. But they've responded, and Jaden, for him to he hadn't really practiced. He had one workout. He was cleared. He had one workout. 2 days ago, we had kind of a scripted practice yesterday, and then we had a shoot around this morning, which I didn't even let him do a whole lot, and he came in and he gave us good minutes. I know he'll sleep good tonight.
Randy, you want to wrap us up?
Visibly, sometimes you could see Reynaud was frustrated with the defensive effort against him and trying to deny him the ball. When you see that, do you the team reacts, and can you see your guys reacting to a player when you can see he visibly was getting frustrated?
Yeah. I thought our guys responded to that, and it made them want to do the things we were doing harder. I mean, it's I've been there before. I haven't I've been double teamed, but I remember one time I just got face guard. We played USC. They just face guarded me the whole game. So, I mean, I know what that frustration feels like, but that's what we wanted to do. And so every time I felt like every time he had an opportunity. If you remember back in the first half, we had doubled him. Then it was a timeout. I said, man, just let him play one-on-one on this possession. And he missed the shot. Because what happens is you can't find a rhythm. And that was the biggest thing. You just want to knock him off his rhythm. 21-11 is 21-11. So that means on the bad nights, he's 21-11. So to hold him, 12, 13 points underneath his scoring average and five rebounds under the rebound average with no offensive rebounds, man, that's a hell of a job. And, I did think he got a little frustrated, but he's still a hell of a player, and it's more of a compliment to him than anything. Now, I know he might not feel like it right now, but the compliment is that, man, we need to do that to win game. We needed to do that to win this game, but we needed to do that to save fouls and different things, because that goes without being said. One of the reasons that we've been able to sustain, to me, as of recently, is that we've stayed out of foul trouble for the most part. So we haven't had to do different things to try to manage the game, and that's been huge.
Appreciate it, Coach.
All right.